Good morning, friends. It is Michelle here with Garden Jargon, and I'm out here at the Ginger Creek Church garden today. We, excuse me, we are having an outside service tomorrow, and I didn't forget about it. I just ran out of time, so I'm out here today putzing around in the garden. I think a couple people are going to show up, and we're just going to kind of comb our garden's hair today, if you will. This is the time of the year where gardens are wild, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. This is the time of the year where gardeners get tired and grow weary because it is exhausting being in the heat every day, like I am. So I just have to prioritize better when I'm in a garden and make a list and knock it out while I'm in the garden, in the sun, at the times that I'm allowed to, with my other job that pays money. I would take this job all day long without it paying money, because this brings me such joy and such excitement and adventure. But I do have to work. I do have bills to pay, so that is why my time is limited in the garden. So I'm very fortunate to have a job that allows me to work in the garden at least 30 to 40 hours a week when I want to. So we are here at Ginger Creek Garden today. What is today? I don't even know. Let me see. Hold on. August 28th. Today is August 28th, and we are, Tina actually came out here this morning earlier than myself. I'm out here right now at 8:30 or 9. And I'm going to walk through the garden really quick because it's going to be a surprise. I haven't been here for 5 days. I finally installed the water and irrigation on this portion of the garden. Let me turn the camera around. Oh, holy zoom. Okay, here we go. This garden has not been on drip irrigation all season because I have not been able to get out here and install it through that tunnel there and that way. And it's finally installed. As you can see, this black tube here, every row in here now has drip irrigation. That whole side of the garden over there, minus the row of the squash over here on the end and the squash row that is on the east end, that is all under drip irrigation also. So when people water this garden now with the timers and the drip irrigation system, our whole team knows how to work that. The only exceptions to do something in hand water would be these buckets that are at the bottom of these trellises. I have a couple. These tomato plants that are in here are sucker arms off of those tomatoes, so we'll get a couple late tomatoes blooming on those. This is some kind of squash, and then these squash. Look at that butternut squash growing over that trellis. It's intense, crazy. So yeah, so this entire garden is now under drip irrigation, with exception, like I said, to this flower patch and the ends of these beds, because the irrigation it starts a couple feet in on all of these beds, so we have to just kind of hit water on the ends of these beds here. Also, we're asking everybody to hand water these new cucumbers that we planted. You can see them popping up right here and right here, because these cucumbers that are on the trellis, they're already petering out. And here's some more cucumbers down here. A couple baby sprouts coming out right here. More baby sprouts coming out here. I thought I got some over here. None are coming up. Let's see. None are coming up. Maybe they got buried too deep. There's another one there you can see coming up. This basil is tipping over. Gotta hook him up. There. Now he's out of the walkway. Some more little baby cucumbers there. And cucumbers, I mean, they're a 50 or 65 day harvest type of plant. So Our first frost date is supposed to be in the middle of October. And I moved, look at these big guys. And that one there. I moved in my house last year in October, on October 1st. And I was able to build my entire garden within a week. And it was like 70 degrees. It was beautiful. So, well, that's beautiful. Hyacinth beans. Look at those. They're not edible, but they are beautiful when they bloom. Look at these. The one at my house isn't doing so good. But you can pull these beans out and replant them for next year and have this beautiful plant on your trellis. That's for sure. What else? Oh, watering the sunflowers. I don't even know if that's necessary, because sunflowers grow in the wild and they do just fine without being watered. So who knows? They are loaded with bees though. So if you're afraid of bees, it's not the place to be. I would say they're about 10 feet tall and they're multifloral, which is awesome. I just wish I could get to them so I can cut one of them flowers off, but I can't. They're too tall. Let me show you. I don't know what he's looking for. He's in the wrong spot for pollen. Could be washing his face. Sweet little bees. What else we got going on? We need to harvest in a big way. I just brought a bunch of produce boxes over here. Every time I go to Walmart or Aldi, I get the boxes that they ship in the produce in, just so that we can have those boxes. So we can harvest and then stack those boxes. We have a watermelon or a melon plant coming out here. Let me tie that up so nobody steps on it. The reason we want to give this place a little brush its hair is because of this outdoor service tomorrow. We want people to see our garden and love it as much as we do. And if it's nice and pretty, it'll make a little bit of a difference. And hopefully they'll ooh and awe at it like we do every day. It is hot out here. It's only 9 o'clock this morning and it's already crazy hot. We've had some crazy heat weather this year. Some sunflowers there. We are waiting for them to pop open. These are transplants actually from another garden, and sunflowers, to tell you the truth, don't like to be transplanted. The reason they don't like to be transplanted is they have a really intense root system, and I transplanted them when they were probably 5 or 6 inches tall. So those were little babies down there, and as you see, they go through a shock and they start to head up sooner than what those would do over there, because those are those were not disturbed, but these were transplanted and those right there were transplanted. But these are our okra. Tina came out here and picked some okra this morning, because okra, it's pretty crazy when they get ready to harvest. If you don't harvest them, if you blink and then they're too big, so you have to be very careful with that. This melon is ready. Get that off of there. What else? Eggplants, there's tons in there. I'm so glad we planted that much eggplant. We gotta weed this garden out. Some more melons on the trellis. We got to keep our eye on those. These tomatoes, these are late also. These were planted in here from suckers off the main plants. These are all the little pea shoots that the kids planted out here. We got to get a trellis for them so they can grow up. And all these peppers need to be harvested. Okra, more okra. That's beautiful. And then our tomatoes and squash over here. Tina popped off a couple of these squash. I mean, they get buried in our squash patch. They really do. And those are pretty big. But We definitely use them in our basket for the food pantry. Little patch right there of zinnias. These zinnias right here were actually planted by Maddie and Jill Johnson that since have moved to Texas. These are all our yellow squash, crookneck squash. We'll pick those off. It's a striped Armenian cucumber. Can't wait to try it. These are patty pans. Those are ready to be picked. Butternut squashes. So we have a pretty big harvest to get out of here. So I was thinking we would just pick it, put it in the bins, and set it out for people to see so that they can see what we got going on over here. Anyway, just wanted to show you a quick little tour of our garden this morning. I'm going to get to work because I have to go to work today at noon. So you guys have a great day. Again, August 28th, I think I said. I hope that's right. You guys take care and God bless. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.